Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. We currently stand in at Crossbar Station because we want to do the quest Musician Manhunt, and our quest giver is apparently waiting here. I should probably save first. Anyway, it's you, right? You look special. Huh. Hey Lloyd, that guy there's giving off some real intense vibes. Don't tell me he's our client. Excuse me, sir. We have a special support section. I've been waiting for you. Thank you for coming. My name is Mueller. I work as a talent manager for Erebonia's music industry. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. A talent manager? He doesn't look the part at all. If anything, he feels more like a bodyguard. I get the sense that I've heard of him somewhere before. Is something wrong? No, not at all. If it's alright with you, would you mind giving us the specifics of your request? You mentioned something about a missing musician, as I recall. I take it that means you're the manager? That's correct. We traveled to Crossbar as part of his concert tour. However, the moment I took my eyes off him, he went missing. That puts me in a tight spot. I have little to go on in a city I'm not familiar with. I could see that posing some difficulty. Crossbar City is larger than most. Yes, though I'm sure that won't be the only hurdle to contend with. In any case, could I ask you all to begin the search immediately? Let's find that musician. Of course. We're here to help. Could you give us some more details about this musician we're looking for? Gladly. My client goes by the name of Olivier Lenheim. He's a blonde man in his 20s, often clad in a white coat and sporting a lute. A lute? Wouldn't that make him stand out like a sore thumb? How hard could it be to find this guy? If only things were that simple. A mere search and retrieval mission wouldn't be an issue, ordinarily. But you see, Olivier's personality is a bit, shall we say, problematic. He's an incurable need to stick his nose in other people's business, only to cause more trouble in the process. To be frank, he's a nuisance, a fool, and a real pain in my... excuse me. I see... Ideally, I'd like you to find him right away, so as to keep his tour schedule intact, but I know better than to get my hopes up. You'll be doing me enough of a favor if you could simply grab him before he gets himself into any incidents. You're starting to sound less like a manager and more like a babysitter. Either way, it explains exactly what kind of person we should be on the lookout for. Do you have any idea what sort of areas might pique his interest? Well, if I had to say... Olivier has a tendency to be drawn to bustling crowds or places of ill repute. He also fancies himself a gourmet, so he might have slipped away to some sort of eating establishment. Basically, if it's any place someone could stir up trouble, you can bet it's on his radar. The Downtown District, Back Alley, and the Entertainment District are the first places that come to mind in that case. I'd say you're right on track there. But I already comped the Entertainment District as it so happens. You'd be better off excluding it from your search. He undoubtedly knows I'm looking for him, so he's probably avoiding the most obvious spots. That complicates things. But if he's drawn to large crowds, then the Harbor District may also be worth checking out. I believe Mishi is scheduled to make an appearance there today. I see, that sounds to me like you have a good list of possible destinations. My apologies, I wish I had more concrete information to offer you. Don't worry about it, this is plenty. If there's nothing else we need to know, we'll get started right away. Best of luck, I'm counting on you. And if he refuses to cooperate, don't be afraid to use force. In fact, I invite it. A good slap upside the head should do. Sure thing. What kind of weird relationship does he have with this guy? Downtown District. Let's start there. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. A bitch and mourn some more, why don't you? These voices. Look! The hell's wrong with you, Slash? Use your freaking head for once! What are you gonna do if Walt drinks himself to death? Cause the way things are going, he's already half there. I told you, that's why I'm weighing our options to keep that from happening. It's not my fault nothing comes to mind yet. Get out my damn case. Oh yeah? What about your shit for brains idea to take him sightseeing on top of a tower? That'll cheer him up for sure. What do you think he is, a 7-year-old? If he was, he sure as hell wouldn't be in this hole in the first place. Serious, has anyone ever told you how much of a grade A dumpers you are? Bastard! You wanna start giving out scores, huh? Then if I'm a grade A dumper S, you're a grade triple S. You haven't even come up with one idea. Oh yeah? Wanna go? Let's go. Knock it off, you two! Speaking of triple S dump asses, where do you get off pulling weapons on each other? You're supposed to be comrades. Stay out of this. This ain't any of your goddamn business. It's all Vazi's fault anyway. You're the one who turned your back on the downtown district. Yeah, Walt wouldn't even be like this if it wasn't for your chicken shit ass. Well, Vazi, you gonna own up to it or what? Hold on a second, Vazi didn't do anything. Whatever, it's just pissing me off even more. Guess we have to lay your chumps out first. Now you're talking. Just don't get your face smashed in. Oh yeah, I still gotta do it myself after. What should we do, Lloyd? This is starting to go beyond boys will be boys territory. Damn, if this keeps up, we won't have any choice but to subdue them. How utterly depressing! Such needless conflict will only link the chains of hatred across your otherwise delightful hearts. To you, who choose to scuffle in the streets, I give this timeless gift of song. It is a soothing yet mournful ballad, intended to unite the hearts of those ragamuffins who have lost their way. Brightly shooting stars leaving trails in the sky. Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain. And the cruel moon mocks my pain. If this fleeting dream shall never be, shut the hell up, Blondie! Ah! Oh, hello there, little kitten. Is something the matter? As you can see, I'm in the middle of a delightful performance. Otherwise, will have to wait until after the show. Moreover, it would be quite dangerous if you kicked me down from this height. Why, there may not be an... Would you shut the hell up already? Quit your caterwauling and get off of our roof! We're trying to run a business here! Fine! Please come... I said get down! Oh! Well, at least he's down now. You alive, Blondie? Still breathing? Oh... Guess so. Well... That was something. Man, this ain't even fun anymore. Later. The hell was up with that guy? Ah! Forget about him, let's bail. They left. All through it ends well? Well, would you look at that, I've managed to nip the butt of a blossoming fight here in the City of Sin. Another debonair adventure complete! Once again, my mellifluent lute has brought peace by spreading the gentle chords of love and devotion. Sometimes I'm almost frightened by my level of genius. Excuse me, but are you alright? That sounded like a hard fall. Why not, my fair lady? A fall of that height was absolutely nothing to a man who has kissed the dewdrop sky of his very continent. What's wrong with this guy? Do excuse for minor interruption. Now that I've regained my composure, we shall continue my grand sonata. Gather round, ladies and gentlemen. Now where was I? If this fleeting dream... Please, you don't have to do that. Aloy, could he be? A blonde musician in a white coat? He definitely fits the description. Mueller said he could be a handful, but he's nothing like what I expected. You must be Olivier, am I right? The one and only, my darling. It is I, the unparalleled genius, wandering bard and seeker of love, Olivier Lenheim. Praise be to Idios, as it is by her grace that you have had the pleasure of witnessing one of my famous impromptu performances. And grave this day into your hearts, for it has surely been a once-in-a-lifetime experience for you all. Right. Hold on a tick. You knew my name before I introduced myself. How is it possible? I don't believe I've uttered my name once since coming to Crossbow. Have we perhaps met somewhere before? Not exactly. We have a Crossbow Police Special Support Section. We've been looking for you per the request of your agent Mueller. You know who we are speaking of, right? I see, so you're the ones. That Mueller, he's just as much of a worrywart as ever. Surely he knows by now that time apart will never dampen the measure of our love. On the contrary, it makes our hearts grow both fonder and bolder. Wait. Are you saying the two of you are... Yeah, no, I seriously doubt it. That's beside the point. Can you come with us back to Mueller now? I'm afraid not, officers of the law. I have to make the most of Crossbow while I still can. I'll be quite occupied tomorrow, you see. Occupied? Nothing you need to concern yourself over. But do keep in mind that if you claim to be unable to look the other way, I will do everything in my power to give you no say in the matter. Oh, really now? And just how do you plan on doing that? Wait, is that the famous Julia Schwartz standing right over there? What? Really? Where? Nope. Wait a second, I don't see anyone but she... Hey! Till next we meet, my new friends. Ta-ta! Wait! He got away. We just fell for the oldest trick in the book. Of course, Senior Captain Schwartz wouldn't be in a place like this. I can already tell this dude is going to be a pain in the ass. Reminds me of Lecter. Never mind that. Let's chase after him. The only question is, where did he go? Why don't we check the other places we discussed earlier? That's how we stumbled upon him downtown after all. He may be in the back alley or harbor district. Sounds like a plan. Let's move. He also said restaurants? But he isn't here at least. So let's go to the harbor district. Ah, there he is. Wow, that's a lot of people. They must be here for the Mishi event. I believe this is what the theme park staff are doing for the day, seeing as Michelin is closed during the conference. It's a shame Theo isn't here to see it. I think they're about to do a dance number. Why don't we stick around for it? After all, we're already... Wait, is that... Hey, I love you, Michi! That guy who joined in is pretty good at this too. Okay, everyone. All together now. Let's dance and make a wishy with Mishi. Let's dance and make a wishy with Mishi. Olivier and Michi exchanged a firm handshake. Well met and well done, Michi. To be frank, your dancing prowess is something to be commended. You're not too shabby yourself, fella. Where did you learn to dance? I'm rather fond of ballroom dancing myself. Naturally, my preferred partner would be a beautiful woman, but you are a fine stand in my furry companion. Though I suppose I shouldn't have expected any less from Crossbell's most beloved mascot. Stop it. You're making me blush. What an idiotic name is he doing? Looks like he barged in to take some of the spotlight for himself. Remember when Mueller asked us to prevent him from drawing attention to himself? That's out of window now. Uh-oh, I do believe I've been discovered. My apologies, dear Michi, but I must vacate the premises for now. Ah, that's too bad. Let's dance together at Michelin Wonderland next time. Now, that's one wish I promised to bring to fruition. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but the bond we have forged today will linger in my heart for eons to come. Adios, mi amigo. Bye-bye. Hey, Catherine ran again. I get the feeling he's used to this sort of thing. On the bright side, Vince narrows down the number of places he could have escaped to. It's not going to matter either way unless we start chasing after him. So... go on, maybe? Olivier? Wow, he's pretty good, isn't he? Thank you for listening to my serenade. Bravo! You're amazing, mister. What would you say to signing on as our live entertainment for a while? I'd be willing to compensate you, of course. My, that does sound oh so tempting. I gladly accept your gracious offer. Wait a darn second. What's this? Found me already, have you? Now we're going around taking random side jobs? This dude's got some loose screws. I urge you to cease with admittedly well-earned flattery. Why, I can feel my cheeks reddening already. No one's flattering you, jackass. We're taking you with us this time. Now, surely you must know when to give up. Life isn't meant to be a constant chase. You can stop and smell the grand roses too. Sip it slowly like a fine wine. And so I shall offer a gift to brighten up your very dreary hearts. A melody woven with the very essence of love and devotion. Oh, what troubles you, mademoiselle? Make no mistake, while a melancholy sigh may have its charm, a beautiful young woman should never be without happiness in her heart. Let me make something perfectly clear. Mueller requested that we retrieve you no matter what it takes. He even authorized us to use force. As a matter of fact, he insisted on it. Point taken, I surrender, I promise. That smile's more terrifying than things that usually scare her. As disappointing as this is, the time has come for me to sail with the tide. Very well then, would you be so kind as to escort me to Mueller? Just to be safe, I think it would be a better idea to tell Mueller to come here. As much as I had to put him out of his way... That's definitely the safer choice. No doubt he tried to give us the slip the second we stepped outside. It pains me to see how little trust I instill. You'll live. Anyway, I'll try contacting the station to see if someone can get a hold of Mueller. Good work, everyone. Thanks to all of you, I was able to corral this nuisance before he got too carried away. No problem. Glad we could help. Coral? Well, you make me sound like common livestock, and I know for a fact that I'm so much more to you than that. Then again, degradation does have its own special charms, I suppose. If that's what you're into, I'm more than happy to take all the abuse you can muster, my dear Mueller. Shut up. I take it back. Please don't hurt me. My apologies, everyone. This idiot and I have a bit of a history together. He never learns his lesson, so I always end up having to cut his leash shorter and shorter. Sounds like I'm used to dishing out tough love. Love doesn't begin to cover it. There's nothing like having a companion who truly supports you. Then again, who wouldn't want to accompany one such as myself, known for almost as many virtues and good deeds as the goddess above? Does that count as heresy? I don't think even ideas could get this ne'er-do-well to repent. I'm afraid you're right. But as far as I'm aware, the church sermons aren't nearly as hard-hitting as mine. No, please, I'll behave myself, Mueller. Please don't encourage this savagery, I beg of you. Something tells me this is their usual friendly banter. We should be going now. There's still quite a bit on our agenda. Thank you again for all your help. Don't mention it. All in a day's work. Or if you don't mind my saying, I wouldn't take my eyes off him if I were you. I know all too well. And so our revelry reaches its inevitable denouement. I bid you adieu, ladies and gentlemen. May we meet again, fates permitting. Sure. My only regret is never receiving the luxury of frolicking with Mishy at that oft-rumored resort park. Wait just a moment. Your division takes on contract work, yes? Does it mean I could request you to serve as our guides? Ah, me and my strokes of genius, why, we'll have to have so much fun that even an incorrigible sourpuss like Mueller would... Mueller? It was just a little joke! Wait, no! And there they go. But every day you meet a duo like them. Well, on second thought, I feel like there's more to those two than meets the eye. Well, you heard him. Fates permitting, you might get a chance to ask them yourself sometime. Honestly, that might be more trouble than it's worth. That man, he basically threatened Olivier the entire time. But is he... No, it couldn't be. There's something wrong, Ellie? You've been pretty quiet. No, it's nothing. Cool, then I think this one's a wrap. Ready to head off, Lloyd? Yeah, let's go. You dimwit, for once in your life, could you keep your whims in your head where they belong? You know full well what kind of place Crossbell is. It would make my life infinitely easier if you took more consideration for the position you're in. What's this? Sounds like someone's been fretting themselves over a little old me. Besides, you know I can't help it. I just had to see all the city has to offer before my duties shackled me. As a result of my little excursion, I feel I've come to understand why they dubbed this place the City of Sin. But that's not all I caught wind of. A certain someone we know has been shifting his pieces behind the curtain. Is that so? Then at least you managed to get something useful out of all this. Indeed, and thanks to you, Mueller, I was able to have a little preview of what's to come. Which reminds me, how go the arrangements? I'm only able to romp and frolic about the way I do because I know you can manage just fine without me. I'm not the one to be concerned about, but yes, I've already contacted them. They need to know that our schedule has been delayed. No thanks to you. Well, in that case, let us make haste. It would be unbecoming of us to keep two lovely ladies waiting. Okay. Good, but... I think I actually end this episode here.
めでとうございます。ランクアップしました。特典の品もお疲れ様でした。
As I said, I end the episode here. Until next time, when we play more The Legend of Heroes, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.